in the AFC South for Matt Ryan. How about some free agents? Of course, we've had that first wave go through, maybe the tier B, but Terron Armstead is still there, still searching for a new home. What's the latest you can tell us about him?
Well, look, the Miami Dolphins have a visit with him. They feel really good about the player. You look at Mike McDaniel, their rookie head coach, and that San Francisco lineage he comes from. The 49ers are a different team when they've got Trent Williams healthy, manning the left tackle position. Terron Armstead's as close as you can get to that. The Dolphins haven't spent Boffo money the way some thought they might. This just feels like a match. Can they consummate this today? Upgrade dramatically at left tackle. Give Tua more of a fighting chance to go with some of the moves they've made to help the run game. I just think we've seen Stephen Ross step up at multiple times before their owner there in Miami and reset the compensatory ceilings at different positions. He needs to do it for his offensive line. We'll see if they can get that done today.
If we're looking at the DBs, J.C. Jackson's off the board, Carlton Davis off the board. So where does that leave the former defensive player, Stefan Gilmore?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's not what he once was. This market for him is not what it would have been, 2 or 3 years ago. He's bounced around a little bit now. Carolina didn't go swimmingly. You do have teams, obviously, that want to upgrade on the back end. The Bengals, I think, letting go of Trey Waynes. There's some things they'd like to do to fortify their depth. I think the 49ers, the Seahawks are teams that wouldn't mind adding a corner that have some flexibility to do so. The Raiders secondary has been an issue for most of the last decade or so, and they've drafted a ton of DBs. Not many of them have worked out or lived up to the billing. But this is, again, not the Stefan Gilmore of old. Teams aren't thinking they're buying the Stefan Gilmore of old. This is somebody who at this point is looking at a 1 or 2 year deal. In all likelihood, there might be 3 or 4 years with voidable years and fake money, but this is a short-term play now at this stage of his career.
Will be 32 in September once the season starts. How about Bobby Wagner? Also be 32, but still maybe that QB on the defensive side when it comes to LBs.
Well, look, Russell Wilson, when he went to Denver, and I wrote about this at CBSSports.com, he reached out to a lot of guys in the league, said, I want you to be a part of this. I want you to be a part of this. This was like an NBA super team. Coming together where you have a LeBron or a KD, and once they know where they're going, they've got sort of a coterie of guys that they want to have with them, knowing they're not going to get them all, but they may get some. Obviously, Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner go back a long ways to their time in Seattle. I continue to hear out of the sort of Denver brain trust that this wasn't just about getting Russell Wilson. It was also about making 2 to 3 other significant moves to try to put them in place to win a Super Bowl. They got Randy Gregory, that they've checked that box, but there's still a little more work to be done there, and I don't think the Broncos are finished putting that team together yet through the free agency route before the draft.
Game changer for Seattle those past 10 to 12 years there out west. How about Tyrann Mathieu? Of course, he's not going back to KC because they found this replacement. What are his options out there in free agency?
Look, Dallas has been connected to rangy, ball-hawking free safeties going back to their dalliance with Earl Thomas over a period of years, and that was never consummated. But the Cowboys are licking their wounds right now. They've taken a lot of hits to this point. Can they find a spot with Tyrann Mathieu where maybe the market's a little softer than some thought and swoop in? I'm sure everybody's seen the pictures of Tyrann Mathieu and some of Todd Bowles' family together in Disney. I don't know how much maneuverability the Bucs have, but secondary has been an issue for them for a while, and this is a unique chess piece where you can move around in a bunch of different ways. I mentioned the Raiders before with Gilmore. Go look at the AFC West and those quarterbacks that they're up against. You need to have multiple guys who can make plays on the ball in the air. They feel good about what Trevor Moehring's going to become. The other safety, Abrams, really a box guy, not a lot of ball skills there. He gets picked on in coverage. Could they add a Tyrann Mathieu, put him in the slot, put him deep sometimes, use him as a hybrid linebacker, find different ways to maximize his skill set? I think all those are intriguing options.
I mean, everybody can use a honey badger. He's the reason why the Chiefs defense turned around the last 2 years, getting into the postseason and still contending for a championship there. Jason La Canfora, as always, appreciate your time tapping in. Don't forget the fellas at Pick Six Pod, Will Brinson and John Breach, talking about hello, Matt Ryan to Indy, bye-bye to the ATL after missing out on Deshaun Watson, as well as the Colts' new division and Super Bowl odds after that trade. Also, what should the Falcons do? They do have that 8th overall pick in this year's NFL draft. Just go ahead and download and give the guys a follow.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.